Alright guys, UFC 315 Canada just finished. Belal Muhammad versus JDM. And guys, this was low-key of a solid card. But I got a lot of things I want to go ahead and brew up my chest. So guys, let's go ahead and start off with the prelims, and we're going to work our way with the main card. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. But guys, let's go ahead and talk about the first fight of the night. And that was Bakats Alaman versus Brad Katana. And guys, like I said, don't fade the Kazakhstan. Alright, the only kryptonite of the Kazakhstan is literally Team Khabib. And I'm not even saying the Russians. Team Khabib is the only kryptonite for these dudes. But as you guys can see, Bakats, man, he looked absolutely amazing, getting the first round finish in 1 minute and 4 seconds. If you guys don't know, the bantamweight division, it's filled with the nastiest Russians, the nastiest Georgian, and Marab. You go ahead and add a Kazakhstan into that mix. Oh man, it's filled with foreign nasty mother effers, and the Americans for the bantamweight division and Sean O'Malley and Corey Sandhagen just don't meet up to the match of these dudes, these foreigners in the bantamweight division, and that's just what it is. And Brad Katana is just another guy on the list that just got beaten bad, and at a minus 148 odds, that was a beautiful hit. Next fight up, we got Daniel Santos versus Ji Young Lee. Guys, I don't know why I'm so stupid, and I don't know why I keep going against the trend and what I keep saying. And that is to fade the Asian at all time. Why did I not fade the Asian? I said Daniel Santos was going to lose to this dude? Am I stupid or what? This dude, Ji Young Lee, got outclassed, got outschooled for 2 rounds straight by Daniel Santos. First round, he looked solid, but after that, man, everything was Daniel Santos. And nothing came towards Ji Young Lee way. So disappointed in him. And the Asian stocks, I don't know why I thought it risen up, but it didn't get that damn high. I don't know why I split. I went towards their way. I tailed them. Never again. Next fight up, we have at Mark Andre versus Bruno Silva. And guys, I said it from the start, man. Bruno Silva is going through a lot in his personal life. He is not ready to be taking on any fights against anybody. So Mark Andre had a lob going into this fight. So for them to have him at minus 185 odds, it's absolutely crazy. It should have been at minus 500 the way I thought this should have been. But Mark Andre getting the first round KO, and then Bruno Silva having a mean concussion to the point where we needed updates from him throughout the whole entire UFC prelim cards. Are you kidding me? That's how bad it was? Yeah, it's about time Bruno Silva gets cut from the UFC. Don't want anybody's jobs to be gone, but that's just what it is. Mark Andre is running on a beautiful high, and that fight looked good. It looked really, really good in that fight, man. All right, next fight up, we got Navarro Sterling versus Ivan Arslan. And Ivan made this fight too hard for himself. What's going on, Ivan? You're supposed to go ahead and knock him out. You're supposed to knock out this dude, Ivan Arslan. Come on, Navarro. He made this too tough of a fight. He ended up etching out a win. But, hey, it's only soon enough where you get fraud checked like how Bo Nickel did. Guys, I was calling it. And I said lean underdog or nothing. But this will be a tough fight for him to etch out. As you guys can see, Navarro Sterling, if he just goes against somebody that's a dog, he's gonna have a tough night out. This is what it comes down to. If he's going against anybody that's not really that good in the light heavyweight division, if you're thinking about dudes in the light heavyweight division that are not really as much as dogs like him, like Jamal Hill, for an example, you know, he could probably outclass a Jamal Hill. But going against a dog like a Khalil Roundtree, going against a dog like a Jan Blachowicz, I don't know about that, Navarro Sterling. You got to go ahead and work more. You need to see more. Next fight up, and I got robbed on my ticket, man. We had Ian Kutalaba, and all of a sudden, the judge gave it to Modestas Bukauskas. And I'm so disappointed in the judges because there's no way that you've seen that Bukauskas won all 3 rounds. It was judge number 2, that idiot, that son of a bitch. There's no way you said that Bukauskas won all 3 rounds. Literally, all you had to do was go ahead and give Kutalaba 1 round. Just give him 1 round, and he would have won the whole fight. And you did him wrong by saying that this dude Bukauskas won all 3 rounds. I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to get further into it. This was a crazy-ass robbery. I'm sorry, Ian Kutalaba, how they did you, man. I'm very disappointed. Next fight up, we have Jessica Andrade versus Jasmine. Hey, man, This Jasmine girl right here, she's the truth. I didn't think she was going to go ahead and really take care of business against Jessica Andrade. I didn't think she was going to do it in that fashion, at least. I thought this girl right here was going to have a tough time with Jessica Andrade. Jessica Andrade was going to show her brute strength, and she was going to have that moment where that one punch is going to change the whole trajectory of the fight, which I thought was going to happen. This wasn't a retirement fight for Jessica Andrade. She is ranked number 7, but it seems like she is on the back end of her career. And about 2 more fights left, she's about out of the UFC. So maybe in one of those fights, we can take Jessica Andrade, probably the final fight, in my opinion, of her in the UFC. But as of right now, man, this Jasmine girl, she's on the tear. Got a lot of girls in that flyweight division she has to face, like Natalia Cristina da Silva that just won. We're going to talk about that. But guys, next fight up, we got Mike Malott versus Charles Radtke. And Charles Radtke, I thought he was going to go ahead and put on a good fight. But once I seen in the pre-fight he had a little strap on his nose, I was like, whoa. I don't know about that, and I don't know what that is, and I've never seen that before. We're not going to bet on a dude that has a freaking strap on his nose. So we instantly took Mike Malott, a dude that I know is going to be fired up in his hometown in Canada. And he did just that, taking the knockout in round 2, 26 seconds into that round. So I got to go ahead and give Mike Malott credit. Don't see much for Mike Malott but him being good in Canada. I don't know about him being good in Vegas. I don't see him being good in Miami. I don't see him being good in New York. I just don't see it. He's a Canadian guy, and he only does good in these Canadian and in Canada. That's just what it comes down to. And that's where I'm going to just start taking Mike Malott in these Canada spots from now on. Next fight up, and I did not watch this fight, but Benoit Saint Denis got the second round submission. Once I seen Benoit Saint Denis take this cow dude down in the first round, I instantly went ahead and just played a quick 2K game. This dude, Benoit Saint Denis, he needed this win. He had to go ahead and take this win, losing to Dan Hooker. And if I'm not mistaken, it was Dan Hooker and Renato Moicano. No, Dustin Poirier and Renato Moicano. So, yeah, he needed this win. That was Matias Gamrot that lost to Dan Hooker. Next fight up, we have Alexa Grasso versus Natalia Cristina da Silva. And I thought Alexa Grasso was going to go ahead and put in some work. Like, looking at this fight at the very end of this, like, you know, before this fight was about to start, I actually thought Alexa Grasso was going to come in because she's been in this underdog spot against a girl like Valentina Shevchenko. And the way Valentina Shevchenko looked tonight, I don't know how Alexa Grasso beat her the first time, and I don't even know how it went to a draw the second time. So I got to go give Grasso a little bit of credit here. But man, dog, Natalia Cristina da Silva looks like the truth. That footwork she has is woo-hoo, probably the best footwork in the UFC. And I'm going that far by saying that. I haven't seen anybody with footwork. Volkanovski, we can put her up there with Volk. Yeah, it's that type of footwork, guys. This girl's going to be nasty in the flyweight division. So that's what I'm saying. This Jasmine Judovinage girl, I don't know how you pronounce the last name. She has a problem with these up-and-coming flyweights because this Natalia Cristina da Silva girl, she might be the truth. She just might be the truth. Some holes in her game, though. There is some holes in her games that you can exploit in certain moments, especially in a 5-round bout. But next fight up, we have Jose Aldo versus Aliman Zahabi. And I actually thought Jose Aldo won this fight, and this was low-key a robbery. Call me crazy, but this shouldn't have been a moment where Jose Aldo hanged up the gloves. I thought Aldo won round 1 and 2, and Zahabi won 3. If you're going to tell me that, to be honest with you. So, I don't know how Aldo's in a spot where he lost the fight. He did give it up badly towards the end to not make it look good for himself. But at the end of the day, I thought he edged out the win. And if we're going to say a robbery was going to happen away, I was going to lean towards Jose Aldo winning. I didn't see Zahabi win the fight. But I should have betted on him because I was leaning towards Zahabi winning, and I'm stupid for not betting on him. But guys, let's go ahead and talk about the co-main event. And man, guys, I told you guys to bet on Valentina Shevchenko, and I didn't even go on my own word. And I betted on Manon Fiorot at the last second. And guys, I'm so sorry. I want to tell you guys I'm sorry right now for doing that. I lost my money. I didn't lose you guys money if you guys went ahead and listened to me. But I lost my money and I didn't go with my word. So I don't know why I'm doing these bets and predictions if I'm not going to go with my word. I really questioned myself in this fight right here. But guys, And this moment right here in round 4, when Valentina Shevchenko went ahead, and put the volume down. When she went ahead and did this, BAM! Oh my lord, I knew the fight was over. Once that happened in round 4, I knew the fight was over. And Amanda Fear did good in round 5. In her credit, she went ahead and landed the more total strikes, 38 out of 59, compared to Valentina's 30 out of 48, which is better actually. But yeah, 1 second. All in all, guys, that was a tough fight. For the main event, we got Belal Muhammad versus JDM. And guys, man, I'm shocked right here, man. I don't know how Belal Muhammad went ahead and had all of his takedown stuff until the 4th round. How did that happen? This is a Belal Muhammad that was talking a lot of ish to freaking Kamaru Usman, Ilia Topuria, Conor McGregor. You go ahead and list the names. These names were going up and brewing towards Belal Muhammad. But the pressure was just too strong for Belal because he went ahead and got beat badly by JDM. And guys, we're going to not talk about this in deep details. We're going to have a separate video talking about it. And we're going to have this as our next upload because this changes the whole dynamics of the landscape of the UFC. And Belal Muhammad did this kind of for the worst. And I'm mad at Belal Muhammad. Yes, he went ahead and put on an amazing fight. He put on a beautiful boxing display going against the best boxer of the welterweight division. Actually, I don't know if I want to give him that. I don't know if I want to give him that title yet. He's up there. He's up there. Him and Joaquin Buckley, they're definitely up there with being one of the best boxers in the welterweight division. He did a great job of doing that. But for him to get all of his takedown stuff and for him to just back away because he got 4 takedown stuff, are you kidding me, Belal? Why didn't you go ahead and take him down to the ground more, and wear him down and put him into the deep waters the same way Merab Dvalishvili did to Sean O'Malley? Why didn't you do that? The same way Merab did to freaking Henry Cejudo. This was one of those fights where you had to go ahead and be that dominant wrestler. And for some odd reason, we saw a boxing heavy Belal Muhammad. Guys, and on my bets and prediction video, I said if you see Belal Muhammad lose round 1, you go ahead and bet on Belal Muhammad because the odds are going to go down. But if you want to be confident and wait to round 2, go ahead and bet Belal Muhammad because after that, Belal Muhammad is going to go ahead and take care of business and understand this is going to be a boxing match. But for some odd reason, he still continued on boxing and he just didn't see any success going against a dude like Jack Della Maddalena. Guys, you go ahead and look at it, man. Hold on. That didn't happen, guys. That just didn't happen. I didn't have my headphones on. Actually, I didn't. Let me hear that again. Oh, you guys didn't hear it. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Let's put it so where you guys can hear it. Because I didn't hear it. Yeah, and still. Yeah, and still my ass. It didn't happen, buddy. All in all, guys, man, I'm very disappointed in Belal. In our next video, which will be dropping really soon, we'll be talking about the landscape of the UFC, how things are going to change. I'm waiting to see dudes like Kamaru Usman tweet out, Conor McGregor, Ilia Topuria, to see how things are going to play out. But all in all, man, UFC 315, I like this card. I rated it 8.5 out of 10. Pretty good card. Probably would be one of those underrated cards that we don't talk about again. But I really did like the card. I really did like the showcasing of a lot of these fighters. Belal Muhammad versus JDM, to me, that was the best fight of the night. You go ahead and look at Valentina Shevchenko versus Manon Fiorot. Didn't give me that pizzazz. Jose Aldo versus Aleman Zahabi was decent. I'll rate that the 7.5 out of. I'll rate that a 9 out of 10. I don't know why I try to underrate it by giving it a 7.5. Natalia Cristina da Silva versus Alexa Grasso. I'll give this an 8. Benoit Saint Denis versus Kyle. This was a solid 6. I already knew Benoit Saint Denis was going to dominate. Mike Millard versus Charles Radke. I'll rate that a 9. Jessica Andrade versus Jasmine Duvant. I'm not going to pronounce that. That's a 10 right there. That is probably fight of the night. The crowd was roaring for Jasmine. Modesta Bukakis versus Ian Kudabala. I'll rate that a 1 for the robbery. You go ahead and look at Navarro Sterling versus Ivan Urslan. I'll go ahead and rate this fight about a 5. Not much action happened until the third round, until Navarro Sterling had some action. So I'll give it a 6. I'll give it that bump for the 6. Mark Andre versus Bruno Silva. I'll give this fight rating, I'll give it an 8.5. Mark Andre did his thing. Daniel Santos versus Young Lee. I'll rate this fight about an 8.5. And Brad Katana versus Bakats Alaman. I'll rate this fight about, even though Bakats did his thing, I'll give it about an 8. I'll give it an 8. I was going to give it a 7.5, but we'll be nice and give it an 8. I think the first round finish gave it more of a pizzazz. And the fact that it was within a minute, yeah, I can't give it anything lower than an 8. 8 is the bare minimum, at least, for doing that. But other than that, guys, you know the drill. I ain't got to tell you to like the video, subscribe. It's your boy Fetty MMA. And we'll be talking about the Belal and JDM, how things changes in the net, in the lightweight division, and any other division if it does play a part in that. Guys, you know the drill. I ain't got to tell you to like the video and subscribe. It's your boy Fetty MMA. And I'm out.